I need to put up some music. What kind of music should we listen to today while we build stuff? I'm also curious if anyone's gonna join live, because I have not been very good at streaming regularly, have I? And that is never a good thing to do. Let's see. Should we go for... I feel like Iron Maiden. Let's do Iron Maiden. I'm hoping Iron Maiden doesn't have a huge record label behind it that would... wow. Maybe I'm too tired for this. No, I'm not. So, I'm hoping that Iron Maiden will not get us banned from the internet, or at least from YouTube. And what we're building today... I know my face is probably pretty big right now. Actually, I should probably check. I never remember which setting I'm on. Okay. So I'm starting to use this new... Hey, Magdi and Julian. I'm trying out having different scenes in my streams. So small when I'm coding, big when I'm explaining things. I don't know yet how well that's going to work. I'm still new to it. For some reason, my Spotify is really laggy and not making any sound. Why is Spotify not making sound? Okay. My computer might be... It might be too warm today to live stream, so we will see. I hope my music starts working. Anyway, the goal today is that we're gonna be building... there's music. The goal today is building an MVP for Serverless Handbook, which is going to be a resource for front-end engineers to learn about serverless and backend and kind of become full-stack engineers, and it's going to be completely free. So I'm building the MVP website for it today with Gatsby, and I'm explaining things. And the goal of today is to set up an MVP. I'm not gonna have all of the content ready yet, so I'm just gonna build out the skeleton, make it so people can subscribe and say, hey, I want to learn more about this when it's fully ready, stuff like that. Put that up so that it can go into a Cooper Press newsletter on Tuesday. So it needs to get done today, or well, at least today or tomorrow. Hey, Gabriel. So I'm hoping that this goes well. We're gonna start with, I think I'm small now. We're gonna start with creating a new Gatsby site. I'm gonna start with a completely clean one because I'm not very good at, not very good at using starters or Gatsby starters, so I haven't really played with those yet, and I don't know of a good theme to use, so I'm just gonna start from scratch and hope for the best. I'm very laggy, less than 1 frame per second. Well, if I am very laggy, unfortunately that means it might be too warm for this. There isn't really much I can do about the lagginess, because OBS just takes all of the CPU and then my computer downclocks itself so that it wouldn't get overheated, and I still haven't bought a desktop computer to solve this problem, because those are expensive, it turns out. So Gatsby new, we're going to call this Serverless Handbook, and it's just going to have no other name, and I'm going to create a GitHub repository for it because I want this to be open source and I want people to be able to suggest improvements and things like that. So it's going to be open source. It's going to be open source primarily. I'm going to write most of it, I'm assuming, but it's always nice if you can get Max Joet. Yes, I have had a lot of luck using Gatsby without their starters and templates actually, and that is in fact my primary way of using it. So we're going to the description for this. A resource for front-end engineers to learn everything about modern backend development. So yeah, Max Joet, we're gonna start with completely without a template or without a starter. we're doing it completely from scratch. And when I say completely from scratch, I mean that we're going to copy a lot of stuff from some of my other Gatsby sites that I have, because going completely from scratch is too much work. So I have my GitHub repository set up. I think Brave is about to crash, and I'm waiting for Gatsby to finish doing its thing. So let's see. Ooh, nice. Brave did not crash. Brave recovered. So still waiting for this to finish. Maybe I should have run that in advance. How's everyone doing today? What are you guys up to? Or girls, guys and gals, folks, people, humans? I'm never really sure what kind of what way to use to address everyone. People get very sensitive about that stuff. Git cd serverless handbook, git status. No, I have to do git init first. Git remote add origin blah. Git push or git status. Git add dot. Git status again. Cool. Git commit -a-m default Gatsby starter. So we've got that. I'm going to git push origin master. Will the book focus on Gatsby? This particular book is completely, it won't mention front ends at all. It's completely all about serverless and the backend. So it doesn't matter what you connect to it. I'm planning on building a course for that I'm launching in January probably, that is going to connect the front end and the back end together, but this one in particular is just about the back end. So it doesn't matter, you can hook up Gatsby, you can hook up any React project. It's purely about serverless and backend stuff. Yarn start, and I should have things here. Serverless GraphQL API with a Gatsby mini front end. Yes. Rook, that sounds awesome. Cool, so we've got the default Gatsby starter. Now let's see, I'm gonna go into my other project, or my other latest project that has a bunch of defaults set up, and I'm gonna use those for my Markdown stuff. Primarily for Markdown stuff, because I don't want to figure it out from scratch. So we go into random coding, and I'm gonna open the serverless handbook that's just gonna have the default setup. Then I go into React D3 Lander here, and that's my other recent Gatsby site that I actually had somebody else build for me. And we're gonna start by looking at dependencies so that I can install the same things. And this will give me like various embeds and stuff like that that I can play with. I'll show you in a little bit. Okay, it's still starting the Webpack server. So I'm starting the Webpack server right now just so that I can make sure that the defaults are correct, or just that the basic stuff works before I start making changes. Because if you start making changes too soon, you can never be quite sure what broke, right? Because you don't know if it's something you just changed, or if some of the defaults don't work, or whatever happened. So I'm still waiting for this to finish running, because my computer is slow, but I should eventually be able to go to localhost 8000, and there we go. So GraphQL Gatsby finished running, and I have the default Gatsby starter with hi people and all of that. I'm gonna go into package.json and start by renaming everything so that people don't get confused. Serverless handbook, and we said that it's called this, and it's going to be on https serverless handbook.dev, like that. Perp, and we're gonna say that this will be version 0.10. Makes sense because it's not fully done yet. I am the author, Swizzetsteller, and I'm using Swizzets and let's use hi@swizzets.com. That's my other email that's more for public stuff. Cool, so we changed that stuff. Now let's go into my D3 Lander and install some of the same packages that I have, so that I don't have to figure out what they are. So I'm going to remove that. Git commit -a-m update authorship in package JSON. Oh, and I need to flip my time tracker. There we go, it started tracking. So we're gonna have yarn add. We will need at Ra'aya Gatsby remark o-embed. This will give Gatsby remark o-embed is a really cool plugin, so that you can plop a YouTube URL or a Code Sandbox URL or any of those into your Markdown pages, and they automatically become and they automatically become embeds in your website. So I got that. Then what else do we need? We don't need those guys. Styled components. Why do we need .env? Let's see, what is the .env stuff here? Do I even have any .envs? It doesn't look like I have .envs, so I don't know why I would need that. Then we have Gatsby image, Gatsby plugin Facebook pixel. I'm gonna need that. Yarn add Gatsby plugin Facebook pixel. I'm gonna need that one later so that I can track traffic and do retargeting and stuff like that. I'm also gonna need Gatsby plugin Google Analytics, because Google Analytics are a good tool to have. And I already have offline. We're gonna enable that later. Helmet I have. Sharp file system is good. Then we need prop types. I don't know if I need those. I'm gonna add Gatsby plugin styled components, because I need styled components to style everything, because I suck at writing CSS any other way. I'm gonna add Gatsby plugin typography. That gives me very nice fonts and all of that stuff. A11Y emoji are a good way to have more accessible emoji when you're writing Markdown, because I'm way too lazy to properly mark my emojis when I'm writing them, so it's nice if a plugin takes care of that for me. We're also gonna need Gatsby remark copy linked files. I'm never sure what this one actually does, but I know it's important so that you can have relative file paths and stuff like that, and it just works. Then we're going to have remark images, Gatsby remark prism.js. This one is for syntax highlighting, so that you can have so that you can embed code in your remark files and in your Markdown files, and they become nicely syntax highlighted and all of that. What is remark smarty pants? Gatsby remark smarty pants. That sounds cool, but I don't know what it is. Gatsby remark smarty pants. What do you do? Replaces dumb punctuation marks with smart punctuation marks. Okay, I guess that sounds useful. We can add that one. Gatsby remark responsive iframe. I'm not sure why we need this one, but I'm gonna copy it over because I want to have the exact same setup as I've had before. And obviously this is where it would have been really useful if I was smart enough to set up a Gatsby starter of my own that already has all of this stuff. But I'm not that smart, so I have to keep typing things. So Gatsby remark, come on, remark smarty pants. Gatsby source file system. Do we have that one already? I have that one. Then we need Gatsby transformer remark. Yes. Gatsby transformer remark. And what else do I need? Do I need image size? I don't know what image size does. I'm gonna need prism.js. Actually, let's add image size just because I already had it before. React device detect, that is a useful one. React Device Detect lets me make custom styles for different devices. We're also gonna need React Lazy Load Fade In, that is something I've built, and React Tweet Embed. I don't think we need this one. We do need React Typography, and we're gonna use React. Do we need React YouTube? No, we don't. But we do need Styled Components, and we need Typography, and I'm going to use Typography Theme Fairy Gates because it has a nice font. Typography Theme Fairy Gates. Alright, so this was a boring part of the stream, but we're now gonna get everything installed, and then we're gonna copy pasta a bunch of different... What did I get wrong? Is it just 2 A's? That seems more likely. So I mistyped something. No? Gatsby 11 A11Y emoji, because it's Gatsby remark A11Y emoji. So I gotta go back. So this is why you don't generally want to type out a bunch of package names first and then install all of them at once, because it's very easy to make little annoying mistakes. I'm gonna go get some more water. Be right back. Alright, so that finished pretty quickly. Let's see the next step. The next step in building this MVP is that I don't think any changes have been actually made yet. So even if I run this right now, it's just gonna look the same as the default starter. So what I'm gonna do next is go into Gatsby config and copy a bunch of configurations. So Gatsby config, we have the React helmet stuff set up, we have source file system for images, and we're gonna need to update the site metadata. The author is going to be moi, and for title, okay. .env build, I don't think I have that. Okay, we're gonna deal with that later. So kick off your next Great Gatsby project. Title is going to be serverless handbook instead. Serverless. Come on, serverless handbook. I don't really have a description yet, so we're gonna say hello with a little wave emoji like that. Will you upload this video? Lucky for you, Daniel, this video is already being uploaded. So the way YouTube works is that everything I stream automatically becomes recorded and saved for forever. So even if you're not watching it right now, and I'm sorry if it's running really slow, usually afterwards when it's saved on YouTube it works better. I'm not sure if that's always the case. I honestly haven't watched a lot of my live streams afterwards, but it should be on YouTube so you can watch it whenever I finish streaming. Hopefully it's going to be better, but I'm afraid I can't really promise anything. But yes, it's being saved and uploaded to YouTube as we speak. We're gonna need ConvertKit stuff. I don't need that right now. Articles, we're gonna deal with that later. So Gatsby plugin React helmet, plugin styled components, that we're just gonna resolve that one. So we say resolve Gatsby plugin styled components so that they're enabled, and because we don't have any additional settings we can just add it like this. Then we have transformer resharp. Source file system for source images, and then we're going to have okay, transformer sharp. How many source file systems do I have? We're gonna have pages. So let's move styled components to the top, and then we're gonna say resolve Gatsby source file system. This one is going to enable our pages. So we're gonna say options and path dir name slash content slash pages, right? Do we have a pages directory yet? ls source, oh no, because source pages, right, we have source pages, but then we're also gonna have just pages. So we're gonna have book pages, or what should we call this stuff? Content pages or content chapters? Let's call them chapters. Chapters makes the most sense. So we're gonna have content chapters, right? I think that makes sense. Yay! I'm happy, Daniel, that my Gatsby stuff has been helpful. I'm really excited by Gatsby and by how it's working. So we have the source file system that's going to have content chapters. Make dir content, make dir content chapters. Wonderful. Touch content chapters.keep. That way they don't get removed from Git, because Git, one of the things that Git does is remove empty directories from the source code, so you have to add a .keep to keep them there. So path chapters, name chapters, like that. We need a comma there, so that's the file system. Then we need transformer remark. That one is always fun. Resolve Gatsby transformer remark. Come on, remark. Remark options. So we're gonna add a bunch of options. So we're gonna say or a bunch of plugins at least. So we're gonna have Gatsby remark YouTube, Gatsby remark Giphy. That wasn't in the package JSON, was it? But I do like Giphy. Let's see. React D3 Render, does package JSON have Giphy in it? Package JSON Giphy. Okay, so I have plugins just plugins? Oh, interesting. So I have custom plugins. I didn't even know I had custom plugins. That's pretty cool. Okay, we will add those in a little bit. I know what they do. I just forgot that they were custom plugins. Let's go back to the config and config the default stuff first. So remark ConvertKit form, we don't need that one just yet. Then we have images, then we have yes, resolve Gatsby remark images. Thanks, Daniel. I think I'm gonna need luck with the video. Show captions as true, and with help with WebP also true, like that. Then we have responsive iframe. I'm just gonna copy paste this thing. So plugins, responsive iframe. Then we're gonna take Prism and Smarty Pants and OEmbed. Why was I ever wait, where does okay, so all of this still goes in here. So why did I ever try to type this myself? That was dumb. Okay, so we've added the Remark plugins. That's for Markdown. We've added Remark images, which makes it easy to embed images. We've added responsive iframes so that when you add an iframe, it's nicely responsive and works well. Prism.js for what's that called? For code syntax highlighting. Copy linked files so that it copies linked files into the build directory. Smarty Pants updates your quotation marks and stuff. OEmbed updates so that you can put a YouTube link and it just works. A11Y emoji makes your emoji accessible, and plugin typography makes typography work really nicely so that it's easy to read stuff. Now, what else do we need? We have the transformer sharp, we have the plugin sharp, plugin manifest. I think this needs to be renamed, so we're gonna say serverless handbook and short name serverless. Background color, source. Okay, we're gonna need to create an icon for the serverless handbook. That would be cool. Then we have plugin Facebook pixel. Should I create a new pixel for this, or should I just keep the one I already have? It's a good question. Then we have plugin Google Analytics, which I guess I can just go create a new page, right? Hello. Hi, bird. Oh, yes. Snickerdoodle. Thank you. Yay, thank you, Candy Cane. I'm happy that the resizing window works well. So I'm gonna go, while I'm doing the config, I'm gonna go into Google Analytics and set up a new, I'm also gonna eat this, what is this? Peanut butter cup. Always love peanut butter cups. So this one is kind of melted. I'm gonna set up a new site for serverless handbook. If Google Analytics ever loads. No. Okay. So we go into swizzes.com. How do I add a new property? I always forget that. No, that I already clicked that. Does anyone remember how to set up a new property on Google Analytics? Ah, admin. That looks promising. So I click admin, and we create a new property. It's gonna be my web. Continue. Serverless handbook. It's going to be on HTTPS serverlesshandbook.dev. Select one. What is this? Is it books and literature, or is it something else? Business, computers and electronics, hobbies and leisure, internet, law, online communities, people in society, science. It's a reference. It's definitely a reference, because the idea behind the serverless handbook is that it would be something that you refer to regularly. I don't want it to be a resource that you read from start to finish. It's more something you keep as a reference book, so that's also why I want it to work offline and stuff like that. So it's easier for people to, use. So I'm gonna copy this little string here. Oh, come on, don't copy everything. Just want this stuff. Okay, now where was I? Like that. And we copy this string and put it here. Should I anonymize visitors? What do you guys think? 1464315. Interesting. The tracking ID is exactly the same as I had before. Interesting. Okay. Cool. So, but I have the serverless handbook now, and I can go click on all website data, and I have the things. Well, eventually I'm gonna have the things. So that's that. I'm not gonna add the Facebook pixel right now, but respect do not track definitely, and I'm just gonna let's anonymize users. That seems like the right thing to do. So this is not gonna work yet. There's a couple of things that are hard-coded, like this source typography thing. So we say git status, git add content, and we say rakedb npm start git commit -a-m gatsby config and various dependencies, and I'm going to copy the custom plugins and actually add those as well. So copy from React D3 Lander plugins cp-r, and again all of this copying and copy pasting code and configuration, all of that, this is literally why Gatsby starters were created. I should have totally created a Gatsby starter for all of this stuff and use it for all of my pages, but I'm lazy and I've only done this twice now, so it still feels like it's better to do it this way, although I probably would have started seeing benefits from creating a starter pretty quickly. So did I actually minimize myself? I got a weird sound from, yay, I did. Awesome. Come on. React D3 plugins to dot. So I have my plugins here now. Copy pasta is how the pros do it, yeah. Definitely. And now while I'm at it, I can also get the other configs. What is a serverless handbook? Is everything hard-coded? Militant Penguin, it depends on what you mean by hard-coded, but most things are not hard-coded. I actually have a tweet that I can share with you that explains it pretty well, I think. But basically it's going to be a reference resource online that you can use to look up and learn about serverless technologies as a front-end engineer. There we go. So this is the serverless handbook. It's still very new. It doesn't have everything yet, or well, it literally doesn't have anything yet. But I'm setting it up. I'm setting up the MVP for it right now, and then I'm gonna start writing the content and putting it up online. Right now, we're just hanging out and building the basics together. So remark stuff, I can now take remark YouTube. We're gonna take this one and we're gonna take Giphy, and we already have images, right? Yes. I'm not gonna add ConvertKit just yet because I don't know yet if I want to use ConvertKit in this stuff. Cool. We've got that. Get status. Now I need to copy typography, cp / React D3 Lander source typography to source, and let's see what that does. Typography.js. Typography.js is basically just importing the typography library, instantiating a new class or object, and then exporting stuff. And the point of the typography library is that it makes it very easy to make beautiful typography, so you don't have to deal with actually doing it yourself. Okay, this is now a good time to start and see git add dot, git commit -a-m, copy custom plugins from React for dataviz.com. And I'm going to yarn start, and we will see if this all of the configuration and stuff that we were writing actually works. Or well, we won't really see if it works yet, but we will see if it doesn't break, which is a pretty big step. and this part might take a little while. I'm also not really sure. We'll deal with the Giphy configuration in a little bit, because we are referring to process env Giphy API key, but I have no idea where to configure that. Maybe I should just hard code it. Should I hard code it? What do you guys think? Should I hard code the Giphy? Although I think it's in now.json. Add Giphy API key. Right. That's... Okay, we're gonna deal with that when we're deploying, I think. So I think this is a config that is done on on the Zeit page that does stuff. We'll see. First, let's see if this even runs. Then we're gonna see about creating pages from Markdown, and when that works, we can well, when that works, we should be pretty good to get started on making some of the design and things like that. Oh, I should also go on Gumroad and create the serverless handbook there. That will help. Because this, while this is going to be a pay what you want, I'm going to use Gumroad as a way to collect emails and stuff. So let's see. Gumroad. Yeah, my computer is kind of slow, so this might take a while. Oh no, you can see all of my numbers now. How terrible. Let's see. This is going to be it's an anything else, and it's going to be called serverless handbook. It's going to have $1 in come on, the hell, no. Alright. Yes, Eddie, it is actually kind of low, but what was I gonna say? There's other stuff behind that. That's like just my cash compensation. So there, I also get equity and stuff like that. So, you know, there's stuff there. It's blah. Sorry, my brain is there's too many things at once. But yes, it is. If you just look at cash compensation, that is in fact low. But there are reasons why I believe that cash compensation is okay. So we're saving these changes. Embed a preview from an external blah. Describe your product. We're gonna do that later. Purchase flow. Ooh. Call to action will be, I want this. Summary you'll get. Whoa, this is new. Not required. Additional fields. Receipt. I don't know what to write here. We're gonna deal with all of this stuff later. I'm still waiting for this to finish running. So I guess while we wait for this to finish running, I should start... no, I'm not. I'm too hungry right now to write copy, which is kind of annoying because while I'm waiting for this, it would be the perfect time to write copy, wouldn't it? But yeah, I ran a lot this morning, so my brain is kind of mush. And it's funny, I can code when I'm tired, but I can't write when I'm tired. Yeah, I'm sorry, Somya. The video is laggy because my computer is really struggling. God damn it, come on computer, just run the source and transform nodes and shit. Why is this taking so long? Alright, it's taking so long because OBS is using up literally all of my cores to be able to give you guys a laggy video. So that's kind of annoying. What did I press? That's still going. So I think we have a demo page that I can use to make sure that that the markdown stuff is working. cp:/react-d3 we look at content, then we have what is pages demo md. Perfect. So I'm gonna use pages demo md and I'm gonna copy it to content chapters, and we're gonna just call that demo, and let's see what demo md does for us. It has the Giphy integration showing how Giphy stuff works, embeds, all of that should just work. And yeah, GitHub gist is also not supported at the moment. That is fine. So we will see how that works. While that is doing things, I can what did I do? I'm gonna post a done setup Gumroad, create Gumroad product. Cool. It would be nice if I had a design for a landing page for this, which I don't. I tried hiring somebody to do this for me and they were all like, no. So that's annoying. Which means I'm gonna have to use my software engineer's design skills, which are not great. And I would also like to have a landing page here, but I don't have one of those either. So this is gonna be a pretty rough MVP, which means while we're waiting for still this, what is it? Let's try running it again because I don't think it's doing anything. We're gonna go into Gatsby node and set up actually creating pages from our markdown files. I'm gonna change this to React mode so that it prettifies better. And let's see, we're gonna need, why are we gonna need all of that? Should I just copy pasta this whole file? What do you guys think? Should I copy paste this entire file from my previous project, or should I try to type it out? Let's try typing it out because it's been a while since I've done this stuff. So I know that we're gonna need create file path, require Gatsby source file system. Actually, we can copy paste this stuff so it's easier. I'm gonna need size of, which makes sense, and I'm gonna need path as well, which also makes sense. And then we have exports.create pages, and exports create pages is the it's basically a hook that create pages is basically a hook that Gatsby runs to what would I call it? To create pages, which sounds kind of weird, but it's basically a way to hook into the Gatsby build process. So you can say, hey, use this GraphQL query to get all of the markdown files and then output them as pages on our Gatsby thing. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going through content and creating pages. So we're going to have GraphQL and actions, and that is going to be a function that has const create page. And then we say, ooh, article template. Should we use an article template? We are gonna need an article template, won't we? Let's see, is there pages? Create pages on create node. What is this one? Cover image and stuff. Okay. Well, I am fading. I'm sorry, guys. So we're gonna start with create page, then we're gonna need a template. So we're gonna say a chapter template. Chapter template is path.resolve from source templates chapter.js. We're gonna create this one in a little bit. That's going to be the basic layout for a serverless handbook chapter. And we're gonna return a GraphQL call that runs what? So what is this GraphQL call gonna run for us? Oh, we don't need to dend that. So we're gonna say this is going to be an async function. Async function that is going to const chapters equals await a GraphQL query, and that query is going to be all markdown remark. I'm not gonna need any filtering just yet, so we're gonna say we need all of the edges. For each of the edges we need the fields that are slug and collection. That makes sense. And we're gonna need the front matter. Wow, so I just for a second there I couldn't even type. Front matter, which is going to be a title for now. Actually, let's take the image as well. So do we need an image? I don't know what that image does. Public URL, child image sharp. Actually, let's do image. So image, I think that's all of the images on the on each page or each chapter. Child image sharp, and we computer why. Okay, my computer is very struggling right now, and we're gonna take the original child image with a width and a height. Cool. So that runs our GraphQL query, I think. I'm not sure if it all fits because my computer is kind of struggling, but it isn't complaining about anything, so that's a good sign. Let's see. So we've got that. Then we're gonna say if chapters.errors. So if there are errors in our thing, yeah, something is definitely, no, there isn't. Okay, we're going to throw chapters.errors, which makes sense. Basically, if there's anything wrong with parsing our markdown files, we are going to say, hey, this shit's broken, fix it. And then we say result data all markdown all markdown remark dot edges dot how So the way the previous programmer built this is kind of difficult for me to follow, but I'm sure it makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out how it fits together. So we have all of the edges, and then for each edge we do, what is the FP filter? Require low-fp. What does low-fp do? I don't think we need low-dash for this at all. So I'm gonna try doing it without low-dash, but I just want to make sure that I know what low-fp actually does. Documentation. What do I use to lint my fragment against a GraphQL schema? So MacD, I don't actually use anything to lint my fragments against the GraphQL schema. It's just whatever plugins I have installed in VS Code, just make sure that that my GraphQL query is syntactically valid, but it's not validating it against any sort of schema. FP, come on, I typed FP. What is Lodash/FP? npm.js, let's look at it for it there. So this is still not going, which means I think I'm gonna have to end the live coding because it is, I don't know what Lodash/FP does. So if I'm not gonna be able to run this stuff, I'm gonna have to unfortunately stop the live coding. But let's see, so we can go for each. Actually, let's just console log them for now. Console log result date. Oh, it's not result, it's chapters data all markdown remark edges, and cancel this rmrf.cache yarn start and see what happens. But unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to stop live coding because apparently it's too warm for my computer to be able to run both Gatsby and this live stream, which is unfortunate and I don't like it at all. But finishing, yeah, I don't, yeah, so FP does sound like it should be related to functional programming. What's interesting is that Lodash itself is all about just functional programming. And if this doesn't finish running in the next like 10 or 20 seconds, I'm gonna have to kill the live stream. Oh, now it seems to be at least making progress. That's a good sign. Slug cannot query field image on type markdown remark front matter. Okay. Cool. So at least it's running, but I think it's running. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we might keep going then, because this seems to have recovered after I killed Cache, so I should be able to go into the GraphQL query editor thingy and try what the query should be. Why can't it do image? That's weird. Okay. Come on. You can do this, computer. Oh. There we go. Now I'm small again, right? Come on. I wonder what the actual, oh, it's 27 Celsius. That's why nothing's working. It's way too hot right now. Yeah, 28 Celsius. That is not a good time for my computer. Especially not when I'm trying to stream. Okay, so localhost 8000 __ GraphQL. Let's see what we get if we try running all markdown remark and play around with the GraphQL query. So total count edges, cool, edges node ID. Then we want fields that are slug and no. Okay, so node, what can we? So we can do front matter. Title, okay. So we get front matter title. What is the demo MD? Does it have a title? Does not have a title. Come on. No, that's the wrong one. Minus, minus, minus. Then we say title, demo page. Me. Okay. Reload, front matter title. Yay, demo page. Okay, so that works. Why does fields not work? File absolute path. Okay. Content. Table of contents. Table of contents. What does that do? That should give us all of the titles and stuff. Yes. No. It's just empty. Interesting. What else do we need? What else can we try? So what is this Gatsby can we just get the slug? Oh, can we open the docs? So if we say all markdown remark, there we go. Markdown remark gets markdown remark type, filter input, sort input, connection. We get edges, nodes. So those are our edges. What if we say nodes? Nodes, yes. So nodes front. What can we do? Let's see, nodes, markdown remark. Aha, markdown remark gives us. There we go. So markdown remark gives us the HTML, and it gives us headings. Let's see, headings, value, depth. Cool. So those are our headings. That's useful. What else does it give us? Does it give us raw markdown body? So we can see what the actual body is. Cool. What else do we have? Excerpt. That seems useful. So let's see, excerpt. If we get the excerpt, testing, markdown processing, GIF example, blah. So that's just the first part of the page. Headings, excerpt, markdown remark front matter just has the title. Interesting. And what is internal? Internal content owner, ignore type, field owners, description. How would I get the slug? So edges, markdown remark edge, has next node previous. Group field limit, distinct, page info. Page info, that seems useful. So page info. Oh, come on. Slug. New. How do I get the slug? That's what I'm curious about. So we have the all markdown remark, markdown remark connection, page info. Current page has previous page, has next page, per page, new. I'm very confused. Is this a problem with incorrect configurations, or is it or is it versions? Let's see. Remark, Gatsby transformer remark, package JSON. When we say remark, transformer remark 2627, and on React D3 Render I have, come on, package JSON transformer remark 260. And because the reason I need the slug is that I'm gonna use the slug to create a URL. So if I don't have the slug, that is a problem. Gatsby transformer remark slug. Let's see if the internet knows what to do with this. Gatsby remark slug. Maybe that's what I need these days. Slug. By default, the table of contents is using the field slug to generate URLs. You can, however, provide another field using the path to slug field. Yes, a slug is a URL prefix, basically. Okay. What? Note that providing a non-existing field will cause the result to be null. So these are the only mentions of the word slug. Remark, come on. Remark slug. So that just adds the slug ID. Oh, gosh. I totally should have just asked somebody else to build this for me. Okay, let's see what else can we Google up. Improve opaque remark, opaque need for slug, building a personal site. Let's see. The Gatsby has an opaque dependency on having a slug field. It's needed if the table but this is from Gatsby 1.9, which is old. Okay, we're just gonna have to try doing it without that. Okay, we are gonna go back into Gatsby node, delete this stuff, and we're going to make it easier by having just nodes, right? Yes, nodes. I'm gonna close all of this stuff. Then another one, and then this one, and then this one, and then that one. No. That should close all of them. That closes this one. That is closed. That is closed. Right? I'm confused. I have no idea. Okay, now it's correct. Perfect. So we still have a problem with the image thing. And do we actually use the image thing? Image. Mimic Gatsby remark image schema. Site cover image. We can Gatsby remark image. What does that do? Gatsby remark image. Come on, I was typing. There we go. Gatsby remark image. Remark images. Do we have that installed? Package JSON. Gatsby remark images. Got it. How to use Gatsby remark images. Did we configure it? We did. Resolve options. It's important to specify the max width in pixels. max width is going to be, let's say, 590 because that one makes sense. Max width, link images to original. Ooh, that seems useful. So we're gonna say link images to original true. Come on. Okay. Show captions, markdown captions, size by pixel density, wrapper style, width WebP, traced SVG. Ooh, that sounds useful. Use traced SVGs for placeholder images instead of the blur up effect. Pass through for traced SVGs with the default settings. Okay, I don't need that. Bra supported formats. Okay. Cool. So I think that should give me the things. Let's see. Let's get nodes ID. I failed to fetch. Oh, because I forgot to yarn start. So we're restarting this and hoping for the best. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm fading, so yes, I'm definitely fading. I think I need a break and more food. Okay, so I'm gonna take a break and I'm going to keep working on this without live streaming for a little bit, and then I'm probably going to be back online later tonight. Hopefully I'm gonna have some content written in the meantime and some basics done so that the next stream is going to be more interesting. So I'm either going to do it tonight or tomorrow night. And in the meantime, thanks everyone for watching. I will see you again later. Bye.